I'm Jackie. I am a volunteer in a youth space, YPI, and I work a lot with a lot of youth who identify as LGBT. I myself am a member. I have been identifying on the LGBTQ spectrum for the past 9 years, and I am also queer identified, gender queer identified. So the violences that we often face as a community, we face it in silence and we face it alone. So a lot of the things that are happening are individual incidents. We have our Matthew Shepherds, we have our Maya Halls, we have our Islan Nettles, we have all of these situations happening when nobody's reaching out to each other. The idea behind us is that we need to have a community. Having a community can be sometimes like the most intensive thing for your healing that you can possibly do. Sometimes it's not, and that's okay as well. But what I encourage everybody to do is actually go deeper inside yourselves and try to figure out what it is that community looks like. Is it a community of people of color? Is it a community of people who are queer and of color? Is it a community of disabled queers of color? It doesn't matter what your community is. It matters who your community is and like how you find your community. Your community is going to be that important thing. So once again, everybody's been up here thanking you for being at this event, but honestly we should be a little upset that we don't have more people in this city when all we have is people saying, yeah, I support gay rights, yeah, I support gay rights, I support gay marriage, I support gay marriage. Okay, a marriage license isn't going to buy you a thing of bread, okay? It's not going to get you out of jail. It's not going to get you unbeat up on the streets. It's not going to be a Band-Aid. It's a marriage certificate, and that's all it does, is it says that yes, we can love each other and we can be legally married in some states to each other. But it doesn't mean that we have ended our journey. We have to start thinking of ourselves as people who deserve the same rights as everyone else. And I think that as soon as we start focusing on issues like gay marriage and we don't start looking at the bigger issues like how trans women of color are constantly being killed in the streets, or how queer people are still not being recognized for their gender identities, or just how lesbian and gay people are constantly going out and into streets and being beat up in the middle of Providence, in the middle of broad daylight. We need to start thinking about more critical issues than just gay marriage. And you need to start asking your friends to start thinking about more than just gay marriage. Yeah, great, you can have them at your wedding reception. I'm sure they'll drink all your liquor. But it's a little bit more intense than that. And I encourage everybody to honestly look at the systems that are keeping us in the situation that we are right now, where we encourage a community and a culture that accepts the fact that gays just get beat up. That's just what gays do. That's what gays have to face. That's what people have to face when they identify as anywhere on the LGBTQ spectrum. And that's not right. So I ask you all, don't let this be the last event that you guys go to. Don't let this be just the one thing that you did today to make sure that you did the good citizen thing. And I know that everybody here, this is a personal investment, and I just ask you to keep that energy going. I know how hard it is to try to keep that energy going when all your life you're just sitting there hiding from everything else that goes on and you're just trying to keep yourself safe. I have a partner of 8 years, and we only just told my partner's father this past spring that we were dating. I understand. My partner's father's mother has no concept of who I am, and we've been dating for 8 years in May, and it's really difficult. I understand, but use that energy and use that lack of ability to move to make yourself move, and that's the most important part about being a community.